Laker fans, Laker fans, what's going on? Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Right out the gate, I want to just point out people right out the gate. Just look at this. Okay, look at this one. Okay. Let's see. Here's another one right here. Jeez, guys, can you relax for a second? There's a reason why it's called the post game show after the post game show. Can I finish the first post game show first before I come here and get ready for the second post game show? I like friends. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Had to have it tonight. Had to have it tonight, Laker fans. Now, there's 39 different storylines about tonight's game, so um let's not pretend like all is good in Lakerland, but you had to have tonight, and the Lakers did. So I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. A couple things right out the gate here. Um, Please subscribe to the channel. Takes 2 seconds. Just pop. Just hit that subscribe button real quick. Would greatly appreciate that. If you want to be a part of Super Chat, I do have Super Chat now. So if you guys want your comments read, I'm going to try to read comments no matter what. But obviously, I'll get to you if you do put in a Super Chat there. So I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Lakers over the Oklahoma City Thunder, 123 to 117. Basically, nobody played. Imagine if you bought tickets to this game a month ago and you said to yourself, man, I get to see LeBron. No, a couple weeks ago, you said I get to see LeBron, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell's a new Laker, Shea Gilgeous, and then none of them play. That's exactly what happened tonight. But to be honest with you, I don't think many Laker fans really care too much about that. We know what Laker fans care about. Are you grabbing a W or are you not? So what I'm going to spend a little bit of time on tonight's show is on post game show number 2. When everyone tells me that I'm late, it's post game show number 2. What I'm going to spend a little time on tonight is talking about how the Lakers got the W. 6 guys scored in double figures. Dennis Schroeder's incredibly gutsy performance. What's this put the Lakers now as far as the playoffs go, at least the standings go? There's a big game going on right now. To be honest with you, I don't really know who I want to win the game, whether it's the Blazers or New Orleans. Either way, somebody's getting an L, and that's helpful for the Lakers. So either way, we'll see. We'll see what happens on that front. And then also, we already got news on the D'Angelo Russell front for Friday. So let's do this. Let's move this over here because there's a lot of comments going on. I want to just have a separate window open here. Okay, so let me start off with the most important part about tonight. Did you win the game or did you not? And the Lakers won the game. And I don't really care about the circumstances. I don't really care about anything else. The Lakers are desperate to get wins. They needed a W. They walked away with a W tonight. And Laker fans, I know you guys are all paying attention. I mean, it's the one thing I love about this channel. I mean, these are hardcore, dedicated Laker fans, which is awesome because I feel like we share a lot of similar interests. But they went 2-1 on this road trip. So I just kind of want to reemphasize that. I don't know what your guys' goals were. Michael and I always talk about this. Michael Thompson, who I do the pregame show with, you kind of set yourself goals with some of these games. They went on a 5-game road trip before. Like they had to go 3-2. I think they went 2-3. But they had a 3-game road trip that they had to go on, and now you got a lot of home cooking for the rest of March. And in this 3-game road trip, they won 2 of those games. That's all you can really ask for. And that's with LeBron obviously being out for 2 games. Anthony Davis not playing tonight. D'Angelo Russell was out for a number of games now. So you got a lot of things that kind of went against the Lakers as well. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see here. I want to read off a couple. I got you. I got you. Had to have it tonight, Laker fans. Had to have it tonight. There's no other way to put it. Had to have it. All right, let me find another one here. I mean, really? I mean, unbelievable. Dentrophy goes out of his way on a super chat to say you're late. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, this crowd here. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate that. But that's pretty funny, actually. Okay. I got a couple things that I want to read here, and I'm going to read in just a second. Let me start off by saying this. John Edge, 2-1, I think he's saying. Let's go, 2-1. You are 100% right. Let me just let me put this in there from this perspective, and I want to make sure that I point this out as well. It was a weird 24 hours. It was weird. I thought Anthony Davis was going to play today, and then it's announced. Actually, when I was doing my show this morning, I do a show on 710 ESPN. I'm doing the show this morning, and then AD's not on the status report. I'm like, why is Anthony Davis not on the status report? I'm going to get into all the details on that. I want to break down this game too, but it was a weird setup to this game coming in, incredibly weird setup coming into this game. So let me point this out. I know I got some other comments I want to get into and some super chats here that I'll get into in just a second as well. I don't know how you guys feel about Dennis Schroeder, but I've said this before about him. He's a gutsy dude. He's just a gutsy player. When he turned his ankle during the game, probably in that first quarter or second quarter, I don't know when it was, late first, early second, I can't remember when it was. But when he turned his ankle, I don't know about you guys and what your ankles do in that situation. My ankles say, thank you for your support. We are going to not use this leg for the next 6 weeks. But not Dennis Schroeder. Dude just laces them up. They went to a timeout, goes to the sidelines. And I just assumed, listening to John and Michael on the broadcast, like, all right, that's a wrap. Probably not going to see Dennis Schroeder the rest of the night. And next thing you know, Dennis Schroeder is out there, and he's continuing to perform for the Lakers. I just give the man so much credit. That's a gutsy performance. He had 26 tonight and 6 assists. It's not perfect. It's not, the greatest point guard that you'll ever see, but he kind of put the Lakers when they needed buckets. He got to the free throw line. He was doing everything he can to try to walk away with a W. And I love his comments post-game. His post-game comments were simple. We needed a win. We needed a win. There's no excuses. We needed a win. He said something even at the end, too. We're going to make the playoffs. So he kind of kept emphasizing that, speaking it into existence. Just shout out to Dennis Schroeder for what he did tonight. It wasn't just Schroeder, by the way. So Troy Brown Jr. had 19. Austin Reeves decided not to miss a shot tonight, but one free throw. He went 5 of 5 from the field, 8 of 9 from the free throw line. He had 19 points. That's big time from him as well. 6 guys scored in double figures for the Lakers. Mo Bamba gave you 12 and 7. I thought Rui Hachimura had a really nice night with his 9 points, his 9 rebounds, and 3 block shots. Lonnie Walker, 13. Didn't shoot well from the field, but was getting to the free throw line and was being aggressive. The Oklahoma City Thunder are not the Boston Celtics. It's not the Milwaukee Bucks. I get all that. But Lakers were, whatever the definition of desperation is to get this win tonight, they were desperate to get the win tonight, and they did. So I give this team a lot of credit tonight. They can walk back to crypto.com 2-1 on this road trip and right in the thick of this race to obviously be a part of the playing tournament. Okay, let me read off a couple comments here. First off, Francis Mendoza. Thank you. I appreciate it very, very much. I appreciate the super chat there, and you didn't even do anything. You just wanted to contribute to the show, so I appreciate that. All right, Lil Jimmy. Lil John. Am I just making up names? Lil Jimmy, thank you very much for the super chat here. Greatly appreciate it. Thoughts on us beating the Suns in a series? That Mavs win has me getting ahead of myself. AD injury scares me. Should rest yesterday and play today. Okay. Yeah, screw it. I was going to wait on getting into Anthony Davis. I'm just going to do it right now. First off, I don't know what the Phoenix Suns are yet. I don't. KD just got there. He played his first game today. They won that game. Everybody that I asked Dave McMenamin today, who came on the pregame show. Dave, pick any team in the West. What do you think? He said Phoenix, but there was some hesitation. I asked Michael Thompson the same question. He says Phoenix because it's Kevin Durant, right? I I don't want to compare Lakers to any team right now. I really don't. I don't want to talk about a 7-game set. I don't want to see how the Lakers match up against this team, that team in a 7-game set. I'll tell you why I don't want to do it. And little Jimmy, again, I appreciate the question. I don't want to do it for the simple fact because they're not even in the playing tournament. So I think I had mentioned this yesterday against after the game against Memphis. For me, just step by step, get to that number 10 spot, and once you're in that number 10 spot, then we could start talking about, okay, can you get up to 9 or 8, or can you just hold on to the number 10 spot? I really, really am not. I don't want to kind of speculate on a 7-game series. The stuff that you said about AD's injury scares me. Should have rested yesterday and played today. Okay, I'm incredibly confused about the Anthony Davis situation. I really am, and I'm just kind of being honest here because AD not playing the way it was announced that AD is not going to play today threw me for a loop because I didn't hear anything in the post-game show that AD might not play. I didn't hear anything about, hey, he's not going in back-to-backs. They said it for precautionary reasons. I agree that if I'm not going to play Anthony Davis in one of these 2 games, I probably wouldn't have played him yesterday. I played him today, so we could just kind of assure that W against the Oklahoma City Thunder, where you knew Memphis was going to be a tough matchup. However, it did not end up backfiring against the Lakers. So he played against Memphis. It was a 4 or 5 point game there at the end, even though, you kind of felt like the Thunder had control of that game. Oklahoma City won that, or I'm sorry, Memphis won that game yesterday, but it was a game. Then they came back today. He got rest today. He's going to get rest tomorrow. He's going to play on Friday. And it did not backfire, but I'm with you, little Jimmy, on the idea, on the concept of saying, why did you play AD today? Again, and I'm not going to go into a Sun series right now. I just don't think that's necessary. Thank you for the comment, buddy. All right, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, it really did. That one threw me off. Here's another one here. And thank you, Rokin B, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Uncle Slee. Well, you just call me Slee, but I'll take Uncle Slee too. What is going on with AD? Is he still injured or is this simply precautionary? They're saying it's precautionary. I'll tell you what we're going to find out. If he plays on Friday, it was precautionary. If he doesn't play on Friday, then it's not precautionary, right? Because if he's missing 2 games in 2 critical situations, 2 key moments, and he's missing these games, then that tells me that it's more than precautionary. AD had a game yesterday, so let's not, try to pretend like Anthony Davis didn't have a good game against Memphis. He did. So for him to have the game that he had yesterday and then not play today, I think this was the only out that you can go with is no, he's not playing in back-to-backs. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I understand it. But again, that one came a little bit out of nowhere. I was not expecting that LeBron would not be playing that Anthony Davis would not be playing in today's game. All right, let me read off a couple more here. So I'll go back to it, what I just said. He's probably beat up because that just happens with a grueling season. We'll find out Friday if it's precautionary or not. If he plays Friday, then it was probably precautionary. They still have 2 more, by the way, 2 more back-to-backs left on the season. So we'll see what happens here. Jay Park, great by Reeves again. Man, I love that guy. I didn't mean I love Austin Reeves. Jay Park, I'm sure you're a great guy too. But I meant I love Austin Reeves. And again, I'm sure you're a great guy as well. Austin Reeves is the man. Just the man. No other way to put it. Okay. There's one there that I want to get to in just a second. The other fishing channel. Blazers win is better, in my opinion. If Zion comes back and plays decent, Pels could go on a win streak. Also, the pick swap. Okay, that's fair. You could sell me on this one either way. You really can. It's 98-97 right now. I think 8 to go in the 4th, something along those lines. You could sell me either way on that one. I'm open to listening either way. Simple one here. Mechy Mech. Good game, fellas. It was a good game. Needed it. Just had to have it. There's no other way to put it. There's no other way. Had to have tonight. That's it. I've no other way to put it. AD there, Braun there, D'Lo, they're not there. Whatever the case is, you had to have tonight. Okay. I'm going to get in a tweet here real quick from Dave McMenamin that came out. And there's a lot to talk about, Laker fans. By the way, doing this is so much easier when I use the StreamYard app. I mean, sometimes I was trying to use my phone. What the hell was I doing? Why didn't anybody tell me all this time? Jeez. Okay, Dave McMenamin. This was on Twitter. D'Angelo Russell will miss a fourth straight game Friday against Minnesota because of his right ankle sprain, Russell told ESPN. Asked if Sunday versus Golden State was a potential return date, Russell said, "We'll see once we get through Friday." So I'll tell you, I was hearing there was kind of just some chatter in and around that it was going to be D'Angelo and AD will be playing on Friday. So there was some optimism that it was leaning towards a game coming up, both of those guys coming up on Friday. Well, that got shot down pretty quickly. No D'Angelo Russell on Friday against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that's unfortunate. I think I wish, and I think everybody wished that D'Lo will be going. I can't emphasize this anymore, and I probably keep saying it way too much, and it's becoming annoying. D'Angelo Russell is so important for this Lakers team right now, especially with Braun missing extended period of time. I mean, he is so critical to the Los Angeles Lakers right now, and just him missing Friday, yeah, that really sucks. And you saw what happened to Dennis Schroeder a little bit earlier today, so that obviously, or his ankle, I wonder how he's going to be feeling in the next day or so. So that's unfortunate there. All right, I got a couple more things that I want to read here. Let's do this one real quick. All right, Francis Mendoza, thank you for the super chat, brother. What do you think about the next 5 home games? Okay, so this was going to lead to my next conversation, and it's obviously an important conversation to have. Am I being dramatic if I say that the next 5 games are critical, or are we just doing this every game? And at some point, you're like, okay, well, all those other games are critical. Then are these games critical too, or are they just mean all the same? Let me just go into my rant here real quick. Your next 5 home games, Laker fans. For every team that I'm going to point out, I'm going to go to the NBA standings as well to kind of tell you where they are. And there's some East Coast teams in here as well. I think this is one of the biggest weekends we've had of Lakers basketball in a really long time. Minnesota on Friday night, Golden State Warriors afternoon game, ABC, ESPN, probably Steph Curry coming back. Steph Curry is going to come back in one of these 3 road games that the Golden State Warriors are going to go on, and it's either the game against the Lakers or a couple of these others. Would you be surprised if Steph Curry ends up coming back against the Lakers on Sunday on ABC, nationally televised? I wouldn't be surprised if he does so. So Minnesota, the game on Friday, Timberwolves are 32-32. Lakers are a game and a half behind them. So the Lakers can pick up 1 full game on the Minnesota Timberwolves if they're to beat them on Friday. And Minnesota, by the way, 32-32, sitting in that 8th spot, did something that I didn't think was going to happen. You guys remember yesterday? Lakers and Memphis postgame. I'm doing the postgame after the postgame. And Clipper game was on. And I'm like, hey, guys, I know it's weird, but we need the Clippers to win. And what do the Clippers do? Of course, they don't help the Lakers. They end up losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Minnesota's a game and a half in front of the Lakers. You got that on Friday. Golden State Warriors. Golden State Warriors are sitting in the number 5 spot. They're 2.5 games in front of the Lakers. And you got that game coming up on Sunday. Big time games. Memphis again coming up. Number 2 seeds coming in less than a week. The Lakers will take on the Memphis Grizzlies. Then these are all home games, by the way. Then the Toronto Raptors were playing much better basketball since after the trade deadline. They kind of kept all their guys. 31-32. They're in the 9th spot in the play-in tournament. So they're trying to stay in that mix. They'll probably most likely stay in the play-in tournament. And then the last team the Lakers will play on the 5-game road trip, the New York Knicks on a Sunday night. Knicks have won 7 games in a row. They're 10 games over 500. Every single game that the Lakers have coming up, Memphis has something to fight for simply for the mere fact, and I think I've pointed this out before, Memphis has something to fight for. simply because they're trying to hold on to that number 2 spot. Minnesota's playing for their lives. They're playing lives. Golden State's trying to stay in that top 6. Toronto's trying to get in the playing tournament. The New York Knicks are trying to make a move at number 4. So I say all that because that's a lot of moving and shaking that's going around, and those are the 5 games that the Lakers are coming up. Prediction wise, I mean, honestly, I'll take 3-2. You kidding me? 3-2 is not going to be easy. I will take 3-2. That's going to be a tall task. I'm taking 3-2 in a heartbeat. I think most Laker fans are. All right, what do we got here? Osmong. No AD, no LBJ, no worries. AR got the buckets. Does Austin Reeves? How beautiful is that? That move he had to the basket, kind of that up and under. Reminded me of young Sliwa. Probably not. I appreciate the super chat, my brother. I appreciate the super chat. Austin Reeves has been fantastic. He's got to keep doing it, by the way. I love his role off the bench for the Lakers. I really, really like his role off the bench. And even Dennis Schroeder. You know, that's why I want D'Angelo Russell so back. I want Dennis Schroeder to have that role coming off the bench as well. I think that's where those guys can excel. I really do. And Austin Reeves, perfect off the bench for the Lakers. Let's get another one of these. All right, that's awesome. Cool little message here. Fervently passionate believer. Here's a small coffee from Little Italy, Oregon. Salute to Oregon out there. Always love the post game show after the post game show. Peace to you, Uncle Slee. Just enjoying the win. Appreciate that, my brother. Thank you very much. All right, with that being said, why don't we do a little roll call? Let me know where you guys are tuning. Oregon is going to kick it off. Little Italy, Oregon is going to kick it off. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. All right, doesn't matter. You're in LA. You're in some city in Los Angeles. You're in wherever you are in California, wherever you are in the state, wherever you are in the world. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'll do a quick shout out here. So appreciate all the comments so far, Laker fans. All right, this is going to go crazy here. But before I do that, Matthew says we need to go 4-1. I don't think it's realistic, to be honest with you. Now, listen, if this squad was fully healthy, if LeBron, Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell are on that lineup, I'm with you on the 4-1. But they're not. And the problem is D'Lo's not going on Friday as well. So that's obviously going to hurt the Lake show. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. 3-2. Austin Reeves. All right. There's a lot here, so I'm going to do my best to get through these. Rochester, New York, Ohio, thank you for being a part of the show. Murrieta, Torrance, Little Italy, San Jose, King Taco. Sure, why not? Appreciate you being a part of the show. Utah, Richmond, Virginia, Fresno, Gardena, Las Vegas, light the beam. Okay, did not see that one coming. Uganda in the house. Thank you, Uganda. Very much appreciated. Uruguay, thank you for being a part of the show. New York, Lawndale, Fort Worth, Texas, Disneyland, California, thank you for being a part of the show. Washington County. How about Guam in the house? Guam, thank you for being a part of the show. Let's see what else we got here. Sunnyvale, Placentia. Hopefully, I'm awful at pronouncing some of these. San Bernardino. Thank you for being a part of the show. Ralph's truck driver at work. You're the man. Thank you for being a part of the show. Let's see what else we got here. Air Canada Center. Thank you. Anaheim in the house. I mean, this is what I'm looking for. Jamaica welcomes you. Thank you, Jamaica. Thank you for being a part of the show, man. That's what I'm talking about right there. South Pasadena in the house. Thank you, South Pasadena. I appreciate you being a part of the show. Let's see what else we got here. Man, my eyes are burning right now. There's so much going on here. Anaheim, I said. Murrieta, Chino in the house. By the way, do you guys know it's snowing basically everywhere? What the hell's going on in the world right now? At least in Southern California, it is. Snowy Chinos, as they're saying. Philippines, South Pasadena. Listen, if I miss you guys, my apologies. There's so many comments in here. There's so many comments in here. India in the house. Crenshaw. I appreciate you guys all being a part of the show. Listen, if I miss you guys, North Carolina, Glendale, Arizona, Guadalupe in the house. Thank you for being a part of the show. If I miss you guys, please just put it on there. I'll do my best to give you a shout. Okay. All right. Couple things here that I want to. Two more things I want to get into, and then we'll call it a night. So one of the things that I always kind of pay attention to with the Lakers, and especially this run coming up here, Laker fans, I'm going to be honest, and I think you guys all feel the same way. It has definitely been disappointing that the Lakers can't get healthy. Right? It's been so disappointing that the Lakers just cannot get healthy. Right? That part has been tough to swallow. All I'm asking for, and you guys hear me out on this, and you guys tell me if you agree. Just want to see the Lakers crawl above that number 10 line. And once they do that, and if D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis can be a part of it, I do actually genuinely believe they could hold on to one of those playing spots. Now, what you do after that, I think a lot of it is going to depend. When LeBron James gets when he gets reevaluated in a couple of weeks, and maybe there's optimism towards the end of the season that Bron could come back, then it's a different conversation. But for right now, for today, you're just hoping and praying that the Lakers can hold on to or get into one of those playing tournament spots. Seeing Anthony Davis still coming in at the lineup is obviously discouraging. It is. No other way to put it. Knowing that D'Angelo Russell is not going to go this upcoming Friday is discouraging. I like the Lakers team. I had a caller call in post game show number 1, and he was talking about how basically said that he really likes the roster and he really thinks the Lakers can make a run. What I was trying to explain to him, I'm like, listen, I don't disagree with you, but it's the question right now is not with the Lakers. Before the trade deadline, the question was fit. The question was shooters. The question was the right role players. There was a lot of question marks. I think all those question marks are gone. The question now with the Lakers are they going to be healthy? That's it. Are they going to be healthy? They're going to be healthy enough for this final run. And if the health is not there, I don't know what to tell you. Then it's probably, obviously not going to end too well for the Lake Show. And that would be incredibly frustrating. But that's just kind of the reality of the Lakers situation. Okay. Last thing that I'm going to get into. By the way, New Orleans has taken a 9-point lead on the Blazers. So we'll see what happens here. It looks like Dame's going to the line. Last thing that I want to get into here as far as the standings go. What's kind of crazy to me looking at the standings right now, none of these teams I don't think anybody's going to run away with anything. Okay. Now you might say, okay, hey, look, the Golden State Warriors, they're going to get healthy. They'll be fine. You might say, look, the Clippers will figure things out. I still don't understand how that team keeps losing. Maybe they'll run away with, one of those spots there. But are you sold on the Dallas Mavericks? Because I'm not. And they're 4-6 in their last 10 games. Are you sold on the Minnesota Timberwolves? Well, I think a lot of that's going to come down to Karl Anthony Towns, when he comes back and how healthy they are. They're 4-6 in their last 10. Utah is 4-6 in their last 10. Utah lost a game yesterday against the San Antonio Spurs at home, who had lost 16 games in a row. I don't think anybody's sold on the Utah Jazz. Pelicans, it's all going to come down to Zion. Portland is incredibly inconsistent. OKC, the Lakers actually have a little bit of some cushion now. They got a 1.5 lead on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The point I'm trying to make is none of these teams that are 7 through 12 or 13, I don't think any of them are going to run away with this thing and solidify themselves. So I think that's kind of what I pay attention to at this point. What I'm looking at, and I think gives some optimism, and I know the Lakers are going to have to do their thing and they're going to eventually have to win. But on top of that, I think there is some optimism because just looking at everybody else there, who's going to run away with this thing? Nobody really got better at the trade deadline of some of those teams that I'm talking about. Some of them were actually trading away some of their players because they didn't want to get better. So we'll see what eventually happens. But I know for me, health is going to be everything for the Lakers. At least have D'Angelo and AD healthy and in each one of these games, then I think you're going to secure one of those playing spots. And then we'll just kind of wait to see on the Bron thing. Laker fans, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not. Time to get the hell out of here. I've been talking Lakers basketball, I feel like, for 48 straight hours, which is all good. I don't mind doing it. But I will be back. Lakers got a game Friday. The late game, too, against Minnesota. So Lakers got a game coming up on Friday. When that game is over, we'll do another one of these post-game after the post-game shows. So thank you for being a part of the show. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. People are asking me what I'm having for dinner. I'm not sure yet. Okay. And mind your own business. Okay. Just joking. That was just a joke there. Just a joke there, Laker fans. All right, Laker fans. We'll see you guys there. Have a good rest of your night. Talk to you soon. Thank you for all the super chats, by the way. Thank you for all the comments as well. Have a good night, Laker fans.